Hello everybody, this is Sonya. I'm in Australia. It's really cold, really cold. Haven't been out for a while, not going anywhere. It's too cold. Okay, so I've been watching a couple of different people on YouTube and I found a couple of ideas. Because I was watching where Joey Defoe, I don't know how you say her name, but anyway, she was telling us what to do if we got mojo disappeared and things like that. So I went over to Tina's Shabby Dabby Doodah and I watched her doing some mask making, and then I did some myself and I had a really good time. I really enjoyed it. I went and I watched what this nice man, his name is Kerry Griffiths, and he was doing some mask making, so I did some the day before yesterday, and I have 20 pocket things I made, envelopes. So I had fun. I didn't have to worry about covering, putting things on them. I just did them, and then when I do, I'll show them to you next time I come in here because I've left them out. He was using 12 by, I think 11 by 8 sheet sizes, I think. But I was thinking now I can use lots of different things. Like I've got this one here I'm going to use from the 12 by 12 sheet of paper because I've got a whole heap of them. I don't like them. Not this one, but excuse me. I bought the paper pad and I'll put it back up in here. Let me see if this is it or not. Might be. Yeah, and I don't like all these really dark colours, because when you see the pictures on the thing, when you're picking it out, it doesn't look as big and gawky, and I just didn't like it at all. Just don't like it one bit. Anyway, so I've got this one piece out. I collected up a few other different things, so I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with what I've got here. I'll need my cutter. I've got my guillotine's only small, so I'm going to have to use this for a minute today. There's the other things out there. I just want to cut this piece off the end first. The red bit. Just got to cut that off. I'll get this straight too, so I need to make sure it's straight, please. And I think it's still going to be too big, so let's go down to this line. Let's go down to that line there, because when I'm thinking about it, be too long for my page, from my book. So I'm going to do some of these today. So if you want to come along and watch and see what I do, hope I've cut that properly, because this one you have to press down on. Well, now I've got a little strip of Australia's. Well, there you go. Okay, so I might think about what I'm going to do, and that way. And that's going to be still too wide, so I'm going to cut the bottom off too, I think. And then I'll tell you how much I've got left. See, it just depends what you want to do and how big your journals are and things like that too. And I'd probably stick to the same, another strip of Australia's. And of course this would be 12, this would be 12 inches because it's, and my journals are only 5. So that's going to be 12, so that's still too big, isn't it? So you're going to have to either do it the other way. A minute. You'll probably understand what I'm trying to do in a minute, I hope. That's too long. This way. That way is going to be not quite 10, so that's good because I'm going to be taking a bit off the end. So what I'm going to do is you fold this over. I'm going to do that because I need to fold it. I mean, that's just how it, for me. I don't know if you can do it without, but I want to fold it nice and straight here for a start. Some people can just stick it down without pressing it, and I can't do that. Can't press it down at all. And we need that there like so. Is that right? I mightn't have cut that really lovely and straight, eh? I'll press that down. So it's just, in Australia it's a public holiday today for the Queen's birthday long weekend. My daughter and her boyfriend come up yesterday, and we had a day with them because they came here for the races. We don't go to the races, me and Jeremy. We're not into that sort of thing because and it was really cold, but they live about 3 hours from here. Maybe it is 3 hours, I don't know. And their weather is colder, so they thought it was better if 5 degrees cooler where they came from. Anyway, so now I'm going to stick this down. Now, hang on a second. I better show you where I live. Let me see. It might not even be on the map. I can't even find it. It's out here somewhere. It's only got rivers and things, has it? It's got no... Oh, there's Bathurst. That's where my daughter lives there. Just near my thumb. And there's Forbes, and we live near there. And they didn't put parks on there, but it's about here. Yeah, we do. That's where me and Jeremy live. And been here, well, all these years, you know, a long time. Was born here. Make sure that's not stuck down to everything. So it doesn't matter what size you use, okay? That's all right. It doesn't matter what size you use. I'm going to cut some off this now, and I need to have it so it's nice and straight, please, Sonia, because I should have showed you what we were going to use, shouldn't I, to start with, but we'll get to it as we go. Where's my pencil? I'm going to draw a line across there. Hopefully I can make a few things today. What do you reckon? Pull the sleeves up now. I think I might even unplug the heater. It's a bit warm now in here. We're in a little tiny craft room and it gets really warm quick. So this hubby turned on the... Did I draw a line? Well, I can't see it. Really? Did I? Oh, it's on that end of the page. Dear me, Sonia, feeding. Sometimes you make me wonder. Talking to myself. I was up the street the other day talking to myself, and this lady came up behind me and I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself." And she said, "Yeah, she'll do that too." So I mean, I might not be the only one out there talking to themselves. Oh dear, come on, get straight. They haven't got lines, they've got little crosses to follow. Where are they, them little crosses? There they are. I don't know, I'll just do that, take that much off. It doesn't matter. You want to take it off or you don't, it doesn't matter. So when I'm finished mine, be 4.5, so it's going to be pretty big on the page. But anyway, we'll do it and see what happens, eh? We'll cut up here with our pinking shears, which I have. And you can use your... pretty cutting scissors, or these. These are big heavy duty things, cost me a wee bit of money way back in the day. They're for doing fabric, which I really need and do a lot of with this sort of thing. But paper ones work, well, that's what you use. Well, you can use paper ones. I've got all different sorts of stuff on them. So what we've made here is a pocket bag thing, haven't we? A bag pocket. So we'll fold that over there like that. There. And we're going to make sure that this is burnished down really good because it's very thick, this paper. There we go. And then, well, that was pretty good. When I did that, and it didn't take me very long, did it? And you know why? Because I know what I'm doing. I've got the idea, and that's the best thing, because sometimes I sit here and I've got no idea what I'm going to start out with, but then I do get it done. So then you can get your journal, which I have one that's okay, we'll just use pages then to show you the idea. There's some pages here somewhere. I've got a few bits and pieces. So then what you do is you'll just put it into your journal, which these papers have not been the idea yet, like so. You can put it with this, if you've got Hang on a minute. Righto. Look, so it'll go in your journal like so. Right? And then you stitch that in there. And this has been done probably many times before. And then you've got this pocket, righto, to put stuff in. So that's awesome. I love it. I'll probably use that in my steampunk one, I think, that piece. Anyway, so that's one. Then you can get your music papers, or I've got a piece of Edith Holden here, and these papers, you know, they're big pictures, and I thought, well, you know, that'll look good. You'll be able to see the horse, you'll be able to see a bit of the last name on this side, or I could go that way. I could go that way, and then you'll be able to see the horse. Go this way. Right, let's go this way. So we need to turn it over and bend it down, I think. Just sort of eyeball where you want to do the middle bit. It'll be fine. It'll be right. Try and line it up as best you can. Lay it down there like that. Down there like that. And then we can put some glue on. Maybe glue. Oops, I hope I didn't go too far over there. Just depends how far I fold it over. Well, I folded it over about this far. I'll show you if I can. Yeah, it's got that much of a thing, seam. But it doesn't matter. It's up to you where you want to fold it to. Because isn't this easy? And doesn't it turn out really good? And it's quick. And I can sit here and make a few with you. I'm going to be turning it over like that. There's a head of horse there. I should have cut it first, shouldn't I? But I'm not going to actually cut any off. I'm only going to do the edge, okay? I'm just going to do its edge on it because I don't want to cut anything off it. So when I put it in the book, I should have it that way. No, I can't because the horse will be upside down. But I can have it that way, and it doesn't really matter. You can decorate this part if you wanted to, if you needed to decorate it. But I think it looks good like it is. I'll very carefully cut up this side here. And then you can also put, if you wanted to put a bit of ink, you know, if you want to ink the edges or whatever you want to do with it. Yeah. I do like using them because they cut usually. I hope that still works. I'll put that on the floor. So then we've got that. Now, if you wanted to, you could make a little thumb hole, but I don't think that's necessary, really, you know. So that can go inside of a journal. Well, I wouldn't put it in between these two because that's too thick anyway. You're going to sew through it, but that's the idea, eh? Isn't it cool? Now I'm going to do one out of a piece of music page because I have a lot of music page, and which way? So if you made it with this half of this, it's going to be very thin, but that doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter if it's only a thin page. Carefully, Sonia, carefully, so you don't wreck it. Righto. I don't know what that is. But look, there's a bit of history on that, I suppose, isn't it? So it's been well worn and looked after. So is this piece. It has been. I don't know if I'd use that because I'd get really funny about it when I went to put it in because it's got marks on it. I'd go, oh, probably wouldn't use it. We'll see. I'll make the thing. There's two different lots of pages here. I can tell the different colours. I'll put these here next to me so I can. So this way, and then I'll make the other one the other way, eh? We'll do it this way, and then the other one can go the other way. So which side do we want? It doesn't matter. I suppose they're both pretty good. They're both pretty good. I suppose if you wanted to ink these, you'd probably do them. Make sure your pages are lined up on the edge here, and that way it should be folded over straight. Alright? And it didn't stick, so it must be sticking alright. You could wait till it dries though if you wanted to. I'm thinking that's not straight though, Sonia. I'll very carefully pull that across there to see. Oh, it is. It's just sometimes, I reckon sometimes the things itself on the page are not really that straight. When you go to turn it over, it just doesn't. A little tiny bit, oh, that'll probably get cut off anyway. If I wanted to cut that off, I will just carefully take this bit off here. This bit, oops, I've come over too far. Just keep it straight. So that's what you need to do, is keep it straight. Okay, there we go. Trying to get this in the bin. I have a box sitting on top of my bin, which is not handy at all. Put that over straight there. Love it. There's something there that's happening that I can see that I want to try and fix, but oh dear. You hate that, don't you, when the drawer won't open because there's something in the way. Okay, so I need to put a patch on that because there's a I do have little patches here somewhere, I do. There you go, look. So here's a piece here it's got, see that bit torn there and that bit there? I'm going to put patches on. Well, and then when I'm putting it in the book, of course it'll be ready to be done, won't it? If I put this along here, I feel like I've achieved that bit, and then I'll put this along here, and this actually starts to help you with your bit of design. What you're going to do? Got to put some patches on because I don't want those pages to disintegrate or tear back or whatever. So, of course, one side's upside down, the other one's the right way. So it's up to you which way you put it in your book too. And please yourself which way you want to put it in your book. There's another one, right? Now I did have some scrapbooking paper, but I didn't like what I was going to use. I've got some pages here that I collected up because they've got they're really old and they've got these little pictures on them, but I don't know, I think that might be too wrong. About this one, these fairies. Hang on a minute, I'll just get it. I know what I wanted to do, this one here, because it's really busy, but I think it might work. It's really busy, very, very busy one. I'll put these back over here. I would have used this, only I've already creased this, haven't I? Look at it done. I've already creased it. But so you can make the pockets as big or as small as you like anyway. So this one here I've been chopping pieces out of. But because it's got so much nice pretty on it, I really think I want to salvage it nice so I can use the whole bit. What did I do with my cutting thing now? It should be on the card here, but I didn't. I put it on the floor. Right. So I'm going to cut this off where I don't know what I've done while I've torn bits off it. But it's a nice piece of graphic 45, which I've had since the year dot. Right. Now, I know it's very colourful, but I like it. But I haven't achieved anything with it yet. So I'm going to just cut off where these tears are and then use the rest. Where's that tear there? And then I've torn this top bit off. But I've got to think about when I fold it over, I'm going to take it that way, so it should be right. Okay, righto. So we want to put this right at the edge so I don't make a mistake. And these pieces I got left over, I should be able to do something nice with them, shouldn't I? I'll cut this out now while I'm at it, just to help myself a bit, and then I can put a make this into a tag or something later, eh? Come on. It's getting caught on this little thingy, I don't know, little thumb thing or whatever. I don't know what that is for. It's to get hold of the paper. Yeah, it's a little dippy-doo-dah thing to get hold of the paper. Alright, now I'll just cut this bit off here. No, I didn't move it under there far enough. Try that again, Sonya. Get it this time? Yeah, oh, sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm here though, don't worry, don't panic, I'm here. Okay, there's a little butterfly on there too, I might have to keep him for doing something. Right, so now I have a couple of bits that I can use as tags. And then I have these bits here, this bit here that I could really have used as, but look, that's going to look really nice in the journal, aren't they? You know, because you've got all these beautiful pictures on that, and it makes a pocket. Let me see what the other side looks like. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I do like this. I do like this. I can use me papers if they go, and see, I'd put something different on this one probably, some lace, or maybe not, just leave it like it is. It could be nice like it is, and then it can just be in a journal that's got flora and fauna in it, can't it? And that won't matter if that one's upside down, because it looks good. Birds will fly upside down, and so will butterflies. That's what we're going to say anyway, okay? You don't have to cut the things on the end of them if you don't want to, with the scissors. You don't have to cut that if you don't like to. It's up to you. Press everything down nicely. And put a bit of something across here too if you wanted, you know, just to disguise that line, but you don't have to, because that looks alright, doesn't it? It looks nice. I think it looks pretty. Yeah, so I'm just going to take off, because this is only, when I say only, it's for, well, it's going to end up 4 and a bit halfway, but that's good. It's got a nice pocket size. You could put your a little booklet in there or something. We need a way to close them up, don't we, really, too? We should probably look at that. And we could close it so it doesn't fall out. Because when you get to these thicker pages, too, they're a bit more open. What can I say? They're not pressed down really tight, are they? I could keep pushing it down, I suppose. Burnish it a bit more so it'll be... Now, if you haven't used this sort of thing before, when you cut it, you've got to make sure when you put it back in, you go back in where the holes are out, so it cuts properly. It was clear as mud, wasn't it? Okay, you get your scissors, and you cut along like that, alright, and then you can let go, but then you make sure you line up the teeth for the next bit, so you won't have it all out of whack. Alright, that makes sense. And I didn't line this up very good to start with. The top bit's a bit out, isn't it? Yeah. I might actually do this side too while I'm at it, so I can use it for something. I need ephemera, I need stuff made, because that's what takes me so long to make a journal. I just take so long because I've got to come up with the idea and then make it. So, and finding the stuff to do it with too. That was another one of my issues, but we fixed that because I've got plenty of stuff. I've found lots of stuff to do it with. I might put that over there and then push it onto something and put it in the bin after. Now, if you wanted to, you could probably do this halfway. If you like, not halfway. I meant you don't have to fold it exactly in half. If you didn't want to, you could put one so one would be bigger than the other. You know, one side. So what do you reckon about that, eh? I might just do that. So when I put it in the journal, this pocket won't be as big as that pocket. Oh well, might as well do it halfway. But you can change it, you know, you can do different things. And really, to be honest, this would work really good with the thinner pieces of paper that we get. You know, there's lots of thin journal pages that you can get. Not journal pages, scrapbooking paper. And we've probably got some of that because I have, because I've got it. And this will work really good because it only needs to be as thin as a bag. It doesn't need to be this thick. You know, I've got this one pretty thick, but I could think about putting pages in here and using this as a little journal, couldn't I? You know, there's ideas, isn't there? Right, so now we've made 4, and it's not taking very long. I suppose the clock's moving, it hasn't gone very far though. Okay, so then that's pretty cool, isn't it? I've made those 4. Now, I did the one out of the music paper, didn't I? Put them all back over here where it should go. I might do one out of the... excuse me, I'm going to have to get a drink of water. So you can use any sort of thing, you know, any sort of paper you want to do it with. It's not a... There's no rules, is there? I didn't do this myself. I got someone to do it for me, and a tiny bit disappointing because this one's not so bad. Some of it's really dark, and I don't like the really dark papers. I don't know whether I should do it this way, which I probably could because it has got a crease in it, but that might not matter. I might be able to fix that by covering it over with something. So if this is 11 inches, it's way too wide, isn't it, for my for what I do? But I'm going to turn it over anyway. It's probably 11.5 inches. Let me see. I'll measure this for you. Yeah, it is. It's 11.5 inches. So that would work out that it'll end up being too wide, be 5.5, and my books are not that big that I make. So when I do this, I'm going to cut that back a bit. So I'll turn this one over, which I wish I had done before. And we got that. And I thought to myself, when I was doing these yesterday, when I was doing some day before yesterday, when I was doing some of the pocket things, and they were envelope sort of things, I thought to myself, now I'm not going to use that one. And I thought, well, look, Sonya, you should have dealt with that. There's no good making something and putting it in the pile of stuff if you're not going to use it. So I'm going to show you. I will use that because it is what it is. I'll use that because I like it. I'll use that because I like it, and I can use that because I like it. But if I went and made something out of one of them other pieces of paper that I've got in them other books, I wouldn't use it. And it'd be wasting me time, wouldn't it? My time and yours. See, that folds on the crease that I had in the paper. So I'm going to do that a bit better. So I want to cut some off it because it's going to be too wide to put in the journal. I think. Upside down. I only like the inchwise. See, this is 5 and something or other. We don't need the something or other, do we? So let's go to there and go back. Say we do it. It's not folded very good, Sonya. These are good things, these. They really work well if you know, bone folders do. They really work well. I'm going to do probably 4.5 on this. And then I should be able to cut. I should be able to cut through all of it straight. We have a go. Both sides should be the same. That's not straight, is it? Look, if you measure that, Sonya, you can see that you've cut that crooked. That's 1 and 1. This is 1 2/8, and that's 1 and. How'd you do that? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. We can erase that, please. Now please don't go away yet. I want to show you something else in a minute, like, as I do another video. So there, Sonya, there, and here, Sonya, alright, there. Is that straight now? I think so. Very good. That's better. Looks better too, doesn't it? And we're just going to cut this up. You can do that, or you can use your tear ruler, because when you do things with this paper, coffee stain paper, which is what this is, actually I like it. It turned out really good. I took the really dark pieces off it, didn't I? And then we've got this pocket here, and the pocket here, and then if we put it in the journal, you can have a, you can put it down the bottom, you can put it up the top, you can put it anywhere you want to. Now, I'm going to try something else. Well, I thought I might have a go at a bit of fabric. What do you reckon? You can't keep me away from a bit of fabric. Now, there's a box here. There's a box here. I sent it. It has lots of fabric in it, but I wanted to use my squares if they're handy. Don't think they are, but they're terrible. I don't know where to put my squares. I don't really have squares. But we don't really want a square either, do we? But I want something that I will... You need a bit, something that's a little bit heavy, probably, maybe, to put in there. What do you reckon? You sew it up. Will it be stiff enough? Maybe not, but then you could put a piece of paper in it, couldn't you? You don't have to, here we go. This one's been cut a bit for me. So if I did this sort of thing, and I don't know, I might have to look at this at another time, this fabric one, because yeah, let's do the fabric making ones later. It's just an idea, you know, you have the idea there. Now, I would like to find my, what do you call it? Vellum. Now, vellum would look really good done with that, wouldn't it? Have you got some here or not? I might look in here and see if I've got any vellum. What's that one? I do put stuff in to use later on some of these packets. But whether I put the vellum in this one, I don't know. You just give me a second till I look in here. What's that one? No. Well, that's avoided me, but I could use some painty papers. I made one time. Got some painty papers here. They'd look good, wouldn't they? Oh, piano roll. Well, let's try that. Let's do that one. They look good, the piano roll, won't it? I do have a big box here of papers. But the vellum would work really well, wouldn't it? This should work good. This will look really nice as a pocket, and so will these, but they're also there for me to have for pages, which I probably should have did both sides of them because, oh well, that's then. This is now. I hope this wouldn't split apart too much. But you only need to make a little one. You don't need to have a great big pocket, do you? You know, you don't need a giant one. Let's have a little bit of a cut here with the scissors, because this is going to be... Which when the people were making this, they weren't thinking about where that was going to go to, where it would end up. But that's all right. We do good things with them, don't we? We recycle it all as good. I don't know if this is going to be too wide. Could be. Yeah, let's cut a bit more off it. Right. We'll have two. No, don't want to do that. Let me see. That'll come over there like that. And this will come over here like this. And we'll take off probably this much to start with. Wow, it's very flimsy, isn't it? I'm hoping it doesn't break. I don't think it will. You have got a crease in there. Do we mind? No, we don't mind because it's got holes in it too, hasn't it? It's got holes in it as well. Right, bit of glue on that. Bit of glue on there. Put that down. It's not exactly meat in here because there was holes. There's holes in it. Whoops. Don't wreck it, Sonya. I suppose we have to be careful with this sort of thing, though. We don't want to... If you put that in your journal, it's not going to come over very far, is it? It's only going to be a small pocket. And that's all right, it can only go in a small journal. Couldn't it? Because, well, if you had a big one, it'd probably be too much. Probably be too much and it'll... These scissors are actually very heavy. Okay. My husband's out there cooking another loaf of bread today. He's a good bloke. He likes to cook a loaf of bread. He's been and done some lawn work this morning. I don't know if it's a bit cold out there though. Freezing actually. For us in this time of year, we live in the really hot part of the country. Oh well, not that bad, but we're one of the places where the weather goes from really, really hot to really, really cold. We get both extremes. It goes extreme, it does. So when you put this in, what have I done here? I've glued up something on no business. We'll have to put a patch on that, won't we? Probably would. And that's all okay, because that'll hold it shut a bit, won't it? Keep it nice and tidy. Where'd I put them? Back in here. I'm sure I put them back in here. Yes, I did. Sonya, what did you do? I tucked them under there because that's where I got them from, and now I can get them out. Come here. There's one. Here's a little patch. That'll look good. That'll look really good. It gives it an interest, doesn't it? Gives it some interest. Gets you started on your piece. I don't know if I've got... Actually, I've got to be careful because that's going to stick to the other side because there's holes. Make sure you keep it open like that. I suppose I better go now. I'm hoping I've been on here too long and it went too far. I hope you enjoyed that. I did. Look at this. I've got myself started on something. Isn't this good? And they look cool and they're good pockets. They're good things to add to your journals. Make a journal out of them if you want to. Or bags. They're bag centres or something. Okay? Thank you everybody for watching and thank you everybody for your inspiration. Anybody that's inspired me, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I'll be doing lots more at the rate I'm going here. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.